All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to another episode of How to Suck at Recording. I'm Britt.
I'm Dan.
And we suck.
We suck. We suck at this. Now, if you're checking out our video feed on YouTube, is a really nice picture of a Korg employee kind of making a grimace at the Behringer ARP clone.
It's just, he's mad. You can tell he's
very mad. He's making like the Mussolini face.
Yeah, like...
You know. But this man's not a fascist. He's just, we've talked pretty much in every episode so far about these Behringer clone synths.
Yeah.
They're a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people have been pretty impressed. And I've heard from Brendan on that episode. I think I may have mentioned this in the last episode that he's not too stoked on the feel of the hardware. But again, that's sort of a sacrifice that they made. Behringer is making right now.
Well, I mean, we
just
also
to hit a price point.
Yeah, I mean that's true. And also, like, I think with this looks like a substantial machine, even though it doesn't look cheap from me sitting here. I also know that, like, even if this thing is $600, that is far cheaper than the full size revision of the Korg ARP Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, we should get to our top of the show business. We're just going to do quick music radar tech gear of the month.
Just go back to that guy for a second so we can just like really stage it really well. We want to start with this guy because it's like Behringer, they release price information, shit like that. It's definitely like people are feeling the feels. That's why.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
It's our, I believe,
Joke.
third or fourth item. All right, so here we have a mastering plugin from Brainworks. I'm not really that into these things, these mastering desk type emulations.
Oh, some producers on, I think IG were like talking about the same kind of like, it's like a multi-band compressor that's like one in, one out situation. So it's like you get a couple of knobs and you're not like really, it's kind of fixed. Yeah, it looks like kind of that. And they like use these, I guess like the popular thing amongst these like electronic guys is that they were like, we use it on like every track. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why would you multi-band on everything? Like, what's going on with you? It's just, these kind of tools just really put your loudness so high and like you just don't learn how to actually mix. It's sad.
I wonder, like, because here it says the verdict on this, they have this plugin up. If I hit this, does anything change? No. The text for this article is a little bit unhelpful. If I go to Brainworks really quick.
I think that there's been this trend amongst producer side. Like me and you have the benefit of being both educated in the art of sound engineering and like mixing, but then there's the production aspect that people want to, get into that doesn't necessarily have that rigorous technical training about like how Unity and gauge staging works. And like, I think that these plugins kind of prey on the weak. Mm-hmm. Like, don't just leave everything at Unity and then you're like, oh, I'll just compress it. That'll fix it.
Okay.
Fix your track, bro.
Oh, here it is. It's a 10-page thing.
Yeah.
So I guess they put the wrong text for this. But from what I can see of this,
yeah,
this isn't out or is not coming out yet, but it looks like this is a Brainworks plugin that's coming out on UAD platform only.
What?
They do that with some of their stuff. It
right.
sucks because I actually am a UAD customer. I have some UAD stuff in my other studio, but I mostly work here. And I'm a Brainworks customer here because I don't have any of their hardware. So whatever. They have some new stuff. It looks like everyone at least Music Radar is liking the new reverb from the Lexicon 480L.
Yeah, because they don't want to pay for a 480L.
Of course not. But the UAD reverbs do sound really good. I have the AMS Neve. I have the previous Lexicon that I can't remember the number of, but it's the 80s. Like, I mean, this may be like a re-release. Sometimes they do that. They release a new version. So anyway, it's nice.
It's cool. I mean, I guess the reason why I was jumping on that other stuff is that like when I see kind of like these mastering compressor plugins now these days, I feel like they should only, you should use them for their like for those mastering parts, but like I feel like they tend to get like people just throw them on things now and you're just like, why?
Yeah, I'm wondering if this was you know what? This was previously released. This is already out for Brainworks. It's been out for a while.
So
continue to tweak because.
So yeah, I usually don't use these. I don't recommend using these even, unless you're doing actual mastering for somebody. But I don't know. I think there's better ways to go about it.
I agree.
All right.
Moving right along.
All right. Next up, the Arturia Keylab MK2. Now you have a Arturia product, some Arturia products.
I
that
have
you
the
use.
original laboratory, the 49 key one, and it was built like a beast. It's now like been 5 years. They've upgraded me to the version 3 lab, key lab or whatever. You can't edit a lot of the stuff, but they sound really good. The presets sound great. So like you can modify certain things like your standard LFO or rate or like there's certain things in there that they'll let you edit. If you buy the full version, you can get full on editing ability for each one of the synth patches or whatever, and all that. But I really did like this product. I don't know if this new one is gonna make me want to like upgrade to this or just kind of like slowly phase out. But I was happy with my first version. It was a good solution to kind of getting a whole bunch of stuff that I couldn't.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what they've upgraded, but
Well, check it out. It's expensive now. What the hell is this all
they
about?
say it's expensive. Should we check?
Yeah, So it's $500 in.
Oh, I see.
So $500.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can get a video. I want to see a demo of it. I'm not gonna lie. I want to know.
All right.
Like the original one doesn't have those 16 like MPC style pads. Instead, it has like these snapshots that I assigned to be like launch triggers.
Here's
is
a
cool.
sonic state.
You want to check it out?
Okay.
Or Arturia with Brian Borchards.
Down here.
Oh no, let's do that one. Let's take a look.
This is
at
from Arturia. Hopefully they go through a little bit of what's been
Hello,
updated.
I am Andrea, and this is the new Keylab MK2 by Arturia. The Keylab MK2 is a high-end keyboard controller integrated with a superb set of software resources that offer a wide range of controls, smart built-in features, and seamless integration with DAWs, allowing for maximum flexibility. Keylab MK2 is made to adapt to the creative environment of all musicians and to be both an inspiring instrument and an effective tool. Welcome to the Keylab MK2 tutorial series. In these videos, we will go in depth with the new features and possibilities you have with your new high-end.
I'd really wish they would put like
A
time
keyboard
links,
controller is
time
the
code
main
links
control
over here.
panel of a home
Yeah.
studio.
I do.
This series of tutorials will let you discover all the elements that allow Keylab
Okay.
MK2 to play this role to perfection. In this first episode, we will go over a guided tour of the Keylab MK2.
Okay. We just need to find the spec sheet.
Yeah. I just for $500, man. What am I gonna get more? What more am I getting?
Arturia. Okay, this seems like it's the right thing.
How much is the 49? How much?
It's $500 for that one.
I didn't pay $500 for my 49 key thing. I think I paid $350. And it comes with Analog Lab. All right.
I'm just gonna try and find new features. New features.
So
No matches.
Analog Lab Piano V. It includes Piano V now. That's like, or 5, Piano 5. Sorry, V. I'm an idiot.
Okay, so it has a new piano thing.
I don't know, man.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. If they're not pushing anything, then whatever. We can't help you, Arturia. We can't help you. We can't. You got to meet us halfway.
Well, I think it's just like this is their upgrade because now that you got like full on MPD style pads that you can like beat at and kind of like it's more ergonomic, I guess, or something. I don't know. Move on to the next thing though. It's just fucking whatever.
Mutable instruments plates. What is this?
Looks like it's a.
It looks like some kind of
it's a Eurorack.
It's a modular thing.
It's for Eurorack.
It's an oscillator. Looks like. Cool.
Cool. It's new. If you're into modular synthesizers, it might be something you want to look into for $200-$300.
Okay. DJs. This is next up is the Pioneer DJ XDJ.
Somebody stop me.
Spin it. Fun and easy to use DJ setup in a self-contained unit.
It's probably like $1,000. It looks like
Yeah.
$1,000. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
$1,200.
Me being a DJ for many years, and you remember this. I don't give a shit about these things. I think they're really, really expensive toys. Nobody in the clubs is trekking and taking their controller like this to the next gig. If anything, most gigging DJs are either going to be using Serato still in that whatever way that's being integrated into technology, or they're using Record Box from Pioneer, which is for all their CDJs. So like, honestly, I don't see anyone. It's just really expensive. And like, what are you going to take your really expensive thing to the club to play house music, or are you going to just learn how to play house music on some CDJs like a normal human being, or at least using like a controller or whatever?
Yeah, looks like there's a lot going on that I don't think most people are going to need. Yeah. Next.
Ooh, the OPZ. What up? I like this.
Teenage Engineering OPZ. You know what this is?
Yeah. So it's their it's like a slimline version of the OP1, right? Which is their flagship kind of wonder synth sample kind of workstation thing that's very small, right? The cool thing about this one is that it takes those limitations, but you get an iOS device to work integrating with it. And since I'm not going to use this away from having a computer, that kind of stuff is okay for me. Like it's less money. It's $600 as opposed to $1,000. Mm-hmm. And your drawback is that you don't get a little built-in screen. Instead, you have to use the iOS.
So it looks like it has some kind of keyboard.
Yeah, functions.
It also has function controls. Yeah. Playback.
Yeah, if you want to, there's a demo of it. It's really cool, actually.
Okay, let's take a real quick look.
I like Teenage Engineering. I think my friend has said some stuff that he's always felt that they kind of feel cheap, or like, their workflow is not that great. It's really up to you guys, but these instruments have been.
I've seen this guy before do stuff.
Hello, this is Cuckoo today.
Oh wow, wow!
Something tiny.
Yeah, he's real chill.
It's huge. It's gonna be huge. But
I just did a bunch of molly.
Look at this. This.
All right, Cuckoo.
Okay, and this is really cool. 14 chains per pound. Dude, this is now the green destination. This is blue. This might be the filter or sound. I'm not sure actually. It might be synth parameter 1 and 2.
Looks like you need to read the manual.
Track down with this feature, like track and shift.
For me, this looks like something that like I don't know. I mean, you have to hold down function keys, and there's like no feedback, visual feedback as to what's happening. There's no screen on it.
See if he gets to the iOS thing, because that's where that kind of like it can work. There it is. I think he's got. Yeah, you can use it with its application.
With your phone.
Yeah, but that's where your screen kind of like.
Save it here. And now I've got that like stored.
Yeah, he's a good keyboard player too. He's a tasty player.
That goes to the tape machine.
Yeah, this looks like a really cool toy.
I might want to go to this again.
I just like the idea of having something half the cost of their flagship device, and it still basically is able to do a lot of the same thing. You just have to add your phone, which you're going to have.
Yeah, and
anyways.
it's small. It's
Yeah.
small. It's barely bigger than like the current like iPhone.
You can just. I would love it. I love how I could throw that in my backpack and go on a weekend and like have fun if I really wanted to jam out before I did something.
An expensive toy,
Yeah,
but a cool toy.
cool toy nevertheless.
All right, moving on. Abbey Road's TG mastering chain. Mastering rack plugin and embodies, again, mastering plugins. People are still making them. They're popular. But this is a Waves product. Waves Abbey Road TG mastering chain.
You know why they're making these things? Because people aren't paying to get their records mastered anymore. Nobody's sending this shit out to Bernie Grumman. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be. This is why this market gap exists. Is that we now exist in a world where we can release music at the touch of a keyboard, essentially, and then the gap is there. You have nobody to do the cleanup kind of like mastering setup, so you have to learn how to do it through like a chain of plugins that you may or may not know how to use properly.
Yeah, or you know how to use it, and
Yeah.
you
Get good.
are able to do it, and this works for you. It's
Charge double then.
probably $200 for a plugin. Yeah, it's just
There you go.
I don't like to pay more than like $100 for a plugin now, because there's always sales and stuff, and I bet someday you can get this for $100 or something closer to that. If you wait for sales. That's always the thing to do, guys, is like, don't ever buy plugins at full price. You'll find them elsewhere.
Dan, I can't agree with you more.
All right. Next. Tycho Creator. It's a good review.
What is it? Synth?
A session audio Tycho Creator. Tycho emulation. Well, if you're doing those big soundtracks or trying to get the big soundtracks, the dum, 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 Japanese drums.
I see. I was like, I was not even.
And this is a Contact. It's a paid Contact emulator, Contact player emulator. Okay, so let me explain a little about this, because I know it, and this is actually a good tip about Contact and Contact player. There's a lot of free like sample sets that work on Contact, because a lot of people have Contact. It's easy to program on. But unless you're paying for it, odds are that the plugin creator has not paid Native Instruments the rights to have it work on the free Contact player. So basically, you're buying a la carte instruments to play on a free player. To run like free sets and be able to program your own stuff, you're going to need Contact in some form. And it is kind of hard to get outside of the full, complete package that Native Instruments offers. So that's something to keep in mind. But this particular one looks like a one-trick pony. It will run in the full version of Contact, but as far as working in the free Contact player that you can download, it will only work if you have a free one, Not this one. I'm not talking about this one. If you're using free one, most likely it's only going to run for 5 or 10 minutes.
That's true. I've run into this problem. I've run into this problem quite often.
Luckily, I found an old box of Contact 9. I just happen to have in my basement.
You lucky son.
I used to work as a rep kind of person. I knew reps, so I got hooked up. Okay. Tyco Creator, whatever. Isotope Nectar. Now, I've heard about this a lot. This is another mastering thing, I think. Let's see.
Whether you're
this is for vocals. This is a particularly focused vocal processor, and it has some automation stuff. One of the interesting things is that you can use it and then on a different channel route a different channel to it, and it will like react to that channel's thing. It will read that channel's input and then EQ your vocals to kind of stay on top. It's kind of an auto EQ.
Oh, it's kind of the same. It's
Auto
like
EQ
It's like a
compressor.
side chain effect, essentially.
Well, yeah, you send in the sidechain, but what it does is you play it back. You set it to analyze mode, and you play back your whatever tracks you're routing to it. Like, say you're having some issues with masking, which is say a guitar is making your vocal a little bit too behind. It's like stepping on the frequencies and stuff. Now, if you don't really know how to do this EQ, or you just want to do something quick, something like this, you can just send it. You can send that guitar to basically a side chain, but it's an analysis channel technically on this plugin, and it will look at you play it back. It'll look at the spectrum. It'll analyze the spectrum. And then it will EQ, and I think possibly also do some compression to try and keep the vocal on top. Okay. So it's like an auto thing. There's a lot of this auto kind of stuff. Isotope does have like auto mastering and stuff on other plugins.
Equivocate does an auto EQ.
Equivocate
function.
it's more of it matches the envelope. I would say it's a different way, but yeah, it like analyzes the EQ, and then you can apply it to another thing. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm not in the business of buying these kind of plugins most of the time, so I'm always just like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I would never get something like this. What is this? What is this? Reels? I think I've seen something on this too. The retro-minded producers will get much more than their money's worth from Reels, evocatively crusty sonics, and evil echoes. Okay, this is like, it does a lot of like retro processing. Cons at this price, nothing. How much is it costing? €59. I believe that's $59. So it does tape decks. It does tape decks. That's cool. Does all the wild fluttering stuff.
You can get your IPs.
It does echo, I guess, as well. Tape echo.
Maybe, I don't know. It does.
Supremely dirty tape emulation is a pro. 3 tape styles. Also a dubtastic tape delay.
Oh, well, that does it.
Yeah. Looks cool. Audio thing. Have I used anything of theirs? I believe I have. I think they have, they use, what's it called? It used to be a dongle, now it's just a program. The lock.
iLock?
iLock. I think they use iLock. So you have to get iLock if you pick this up.
I think I have Pace or whatever the other one.
Right on. Okay. Audi Air Zone. A few minor niggles aside, Zone is an immensely powerful synth crammed with sound design and sequencing features. Okay, $100. Looks like it has a built-in sequencer. Sequencer and macro mod depths can't be adjusted. Macro knobs can't be renamed. Okay.
Only one modulator per sequencer lane.
Only one modulator per sequencer. All right. I mean, you can still get a lot of it.
I think the most exciting thing was that $60 tape emulator so far.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And that is the Roundup. That is Music Radar's Roundup.
of the tech
And
gear of the
let me just
month.
say, guys, we're not associated with Music Radar. We are just hijacking their content.
Yeah, you know.
We're explaining it. All right. Here's the guitar Roundup plasma pedal, distortion unit.
Yep. I've heard some stuff on the old Gram earlier today. It's cool, I guess. Like, it's just a distortion. I don't get excited anymore about distortion pedals. I'm like, it's not the thing that's gonna get me.
Yeah, you have to just try it out.
Yeah.
See if you like it. All right. The Line 6 HX Stomp. Here we go. So is this just a multi-effects?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Amp simulation?
Only if it has that insane mode.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about that. Or actually, we didn't. I didn't talk about that with Brendan. All right. It's a Line 6 multi-effects.
Move it on.
Spring reverb. This is something that definitely interests me. I have a really nice spring reverb emulation pedal called the. I may have to go grab it. Do I even have it over here?
I'm more surprised that it isn't just like right behind you magically.
Well, I've been putting stuff away.
I'm proud of Dan. Dan's getting more organized lately. We should all just be very proud that Dan is doing that.
I've been organized. You know what? It's at my practice space because the surf band did rehearse. I'm in kind of a surf band. Man, something. It's a Solid Goat Effects is the name of the company.
I know which one you're talking about. We used it on some stuff.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
It was kind of expensive
You know what I really
for a
like?
pedal. This one is also kind of expensive, $230.
Yeah. You know what I really like? My actual spring reverb in my amp.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I have a spring reverb in my amp.
Yeah?
I have a JC120. It has a spring reverb.
You like
One thing is you need more.
you need more? You just need
This
more?
one seems like it has a tremolo as well. That's kind of cool.
The tremolo might be a little more interesting for me because I don't have a tremolo. But
Yeah, you could just get a regular tremolo.
tremolo.
You can find a used tremolo pedal for pretty cheap.
I'm still obsessed with chorus pedals right now.
They're good. I love a good chorus.
I'm not mad at my CS9 right now. Yep, see, here we go.
Fender American Performer Telecaster with a humbucker in the neck position.
What's the price point on it? I want to know how much they're charging.
These are
That's what I thought they were going to be.
$1,100.
Yeah, I knew it. Knew it. Check out that bronzy boy.
Bronze Boy.
Next one over.
Well, this is the Performer Stratocaster HSS. It's got a humbucker in the bridge position.
I love the finish on it.
So the Performer,
They like it.
yeah, I mean, all their reviews have been pretty high, but I think that's why they make this Roundup is because it's like only the higher end, the stuff that they reviewed higher.
Now here's my question. All right. I'm not talking ish on the new guitar game, but for $1,100, is this something you're gonna look at, or do you think you could?
No.
Because you could probably get an used American strap for like $500.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I live in a major city.
I got mine for $550.
We have lots of stores that have nice aged, ready to go guitars already sound as good as they're going to sound. So,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a lot less.
I got an American Standard for a lot less, and I think it's probably one of my favorite guitars. If you get a good one, you got to hold on to it.
Yeah.
That's my Ash Ketchum Pokemon philosophy.
You know who Ash is?
I've seen a couple episodes of Pokemon.
I've never seen an episode, but I know who Ash is because I'm a nerd. All right, I'm a nerd. Next up, the Thorpe FX, the Dane.
The Dane.
It says a deceptively useful, well-executed pedal. Doesn't mention what it does.
Boost and drive.
Boost and drive.
This is a Norwegian, even though it's called the Dane. The Nordic vibed boost and drive.
I mean,
Death metal. Death metal.
I think historically, even though the Vikings did not wear helmets with horns on them, according to current historical dogma, this has a person depicted wearing that helmet, and I believe the Vikings were influential in the Netherlands. I mean, they're neighbors.
Danish people.
Yeah, isn't if you're in the Netherlands, you're Danish, right?
No, if you're from Holland, Dutch.
Holland, okay.
Netherlands is Holland, is Dutch.
Dane is Danish. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. No problem. I still think that Vikings were influential in Danish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the name of the country?
Of the
Daneland?
Daneland, no.
Here we go. This is geography, not my
Danish.
specialty. Danish.
Denmark, buddy.
Denmark. Okay. Germanic branch. Blah, 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 blah.
Denmark.
Yeah, it's Denmark.
I was right. I didn't smoke a lot of weed today, so like I'm really I'm almost as smart as I should be.
I'm has been every other episode we've done like this, highly affected by the weather. Yeah. Dry weather is not my favorite.
Dude, I've been having the worst sinuses issues because of these.
It's been really dry.
But
yeah, you see, it's like Sweden right there.
Yeah, but then nobody's like Danish death metal. They're like Norwegian black metal.
And the Netherlands are over here. Okay.
Yeah.
This has been your geography lesson today.
And then Norway's right up there. Bam.
Yeah, Norway, Sweden.
Yeah.
How to suck at recording.
And geography.
Get distracted by your lack of knowledge in geography. Daneland.
I love that. That was like my favorite part of today. So
that's me right now.
That's someone listening to you call it Daneland.
My apologies for any of the man. I'm really failing. Any people from
the Danish,
any people from the Denlands, Denmarks, any of you Denmarkies. Ooh, Denmarkies.
To the Danes.
The Danes.
The Danes. The Denmarcanes. The Denmarkies sound like a great, like, old school.
A rapper to me.
For me, I feel like I would want to be in like a doo-wop band. The Denmarkies.
The Denmarkies. Yeah. Doo-wop. Shadooby dooby dooby. Ooh. Ooh. I'm a bit of a GNL fan.
I did not mention GNL's new guitars on purpose because I wanted you to just find it naturally.
This is the CLF Research Skyhawk. Extremely likable guitar, according to Music Radar.
$1,500.
Some say don't mess with the Stratocaster. I say do. I'm a Stratocaster lover, but this looks very nice.
Yeah, honestly, and here's the thing. There cannot be more of these awesome style guitars for me. Oh, here's your offset. The Smitty Custom.
The Smitty Custom guitars is next. It's a vintagey, garagey kind of thing. Fantastic build. Oh, let me actually go back and see the price on that.
That was $1,600. It was $1,600, $1,700.
Yeah, see, if I'm going to buy a new guitar, I'm just going to have to save up a bit more. Or, I mean, you can get vintage GNLs as well.
Yeah, dude, you can get a vintage GNL for like...
They're pretty expensive, though. So back to this Smitty. That one is $3,000, more than $3,000. It's in pounds.
You like my hachi
more like
machi?
$3,300. You'll need to maintain the neck, but the resulting feel is wonderful here.
What's their con on this?
That's what I said.
Maintain the neck.
Not really a con.
Whoa, what are you maintaining on the neck? Why is this?
It's a great neck. Original take on Jazz Master style with very different voicing and a great vibrato unit. Great neck.
Huh.
Okay.
Cool. Fine. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper than an actual.
A Yamaha acoustic. It's going to be pretty good. Most well-behaved. This is the Yamaha LLX 26C ARE2. Most well-behaved and sweetly voiced dreadnought we've encountered in years. Okay.
Nothing's going to replace my guitar. My acoustic
So you got
guitar.
the Guild.
Yeah. My 1972 Guild Jumbo with the mahogany as opposed to the maple back and sides.
This one's over $4,000.
That's why they like it.
Yeah. Here's another Smitty kind of surf guitar.
It's probably like a non-reverse Firebird.
Yes. Like $3,300 or so, something like that. Oh, another Yamaha acoustic, fine instrument. Just watch out for that price tag. This one's also like $4,000.
Are they trying to like compete with Martin again or something? Ooh, that's
this is like my Comanche.
Yeah.
This is the G&L Fullerton Deluxe Comanche. This is the Comanche.
How much is it though? How much?
It's gonna be expensive.
Not bad. Oof. It's 15.
No. This is in pounds. It's gonna be like 17, I think. I don't know the conversion right now, but I have a Comanche reissue from 2014.
Yeah, you love that.
It's a nice guitar. I like it. It's a well-made guitar. I got it used. It's a good one.
It is.
Can't swap out pickups. It's got these Z-style pickups that are just split pickups, but they're specially made. But yeah, it's single coil meets humbucker voicings. That's what it is.
Yeah,
but it's a really cool looking guitar. It looks like a Stratocaster, and it's got these Z pickups. It's got a really nice tremolo unit.
What? I mean, you're spending up that much money. Shouldn't you not want to change the pickups anyway? Shouldn't they just sound good?
Yeah, they're and they don't buzz. It's a very quiet guitar.
I love my Fenders.
All right, one more, last one.
What's our last one? Oh, Ibanez.
An Ibanez acoustic, the Artwood Vintage AVD 11 thermo aged. Okay.
Thermo aged.
Yeah, it looks like it's got like kind of it aged, kind of a weathered finish. This one is $749.
Thermo aged.
Why is it so much more in the U.S.?
Import cost, man.
But yeah, even from Europe. It's $437. I thought the exchange rates were almost equal. That's weird.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got a lack of low end, they say.
I feel like here's the thing. That's why I have faith in the Comanche not being like $1,700, but more $1,500 because it's like it is an American company. Mm-hmm. It's probably just gonna.
I gotta look this up. G&L Comanche
Fullerton.
Oh,
Fullerton Deluxe is $1,699.
Dude, the Tribute Comanche is $600.
Your Deluxe, yeah, it's $17. You're right.
They're still making them.
The regular is just
the full Deluxe is $17.
The Reggie Boy is only like
$1,300.
$1,530, man.
Well, $1,300 for this one.
Yeah,
this one's used though.
The new guy is what I was looking at.
Yeah,
that's still a great deal, man.
They look to mostly have maple necks, which is not my thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah. Again, that's why ebony and ivory over here.
Yeah, man.
Except it's rosewood and maple.
I really want to like rosewood a lot. I don't mind it on my Guild. I just.
All right, let's move on. Taking a look at a few videos. The Yamaha Reface CS.
Yeah.
I guess these came out for about $500 or something.
Yeah, they've been around for a minute. This is the CS one is there's like a smaller one that was like they called the Reface that was cheaper.
Well, this is just the plain CS. I believe it's $300 now.
Okay.
And this is just a guy named Bo Beats. And I'm just gonna let him do his intro, and then he's got a Patreon and all that. Look him up on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
Hello there and welcome to Bo Beats. My name is Bo, and today we are checking out the Yamaha CS, which I think might be an underrated synth, not just for beginners, but also.
He gives the price in euros here,
users.
but I did check it out online, and it's the same. But yeah, this sounds really good. This is just an intro sound he's doing. It's got a deep sound.
If they drop the price, I'm gonna buy one. If that's like a real thing.
Less than 300?
Yeah, I mean.
They probably won't drop it again for a while, at least.
No. I mean, if it's at $300 right now, even $350, I would probably get it because I've been I've been like, I almost have been pulling the trigger on a DX7 like several times in a row now, and I'm like, but it only does one thing. It's just gonna be a Yamaha DX7 sound.
When I first saw the Reflex
300.
series, I didn't quite get it. I thought it was a
Little less.
too expensive. I think it was around 500 euros back then. But now with a bit of a price reduction down to about 300 euros, I think that
So
this is like
let's look at a little bit of his demo.
frequency is more.
Yeah, it's definitely got some fun digital sounds.
Yeah. No external effects. So that's what you're getting.
They do have effects on there though.
Yeah, but no external ones. Like,
The filter sounds pretty smooth. It's not like laddering or anything that too much.
no.
A little bit of laddering when it's slow. 1 LFO. Yeah, I mean,
It's got a looper.
for me, this would be. I would love to have this on my desk, just like where I usually keep my little MIDI controller, and this is something that could, give some great hands-on sounds.
might-
And it's a good price, but
I might buy it.
I don't think that's my bottleneck in my studio right now. So
I'm always on the hunt for these kind of things, right? I mean, this is we obviously, Ebony and Ivory joke, but we do make music,
I think maybe Yin and Yang is
Yin and
better.
Yang.
Ebony and Ivory is a little loaded. We are. I mean, I'm brown and you're white, but
yeah. I mean that. But what he's trying to say, what I'm agreeing with, is that I could see
class
this.
wise,
Yeah, what I could see myself buying this and not regretting it and being like, yes, this is a great solution for my studio. The only thing that would compete with this, as far as like my money is concerned, is what we're going to move on to very shortly, which is the Behringer stuff. So
according to Sonic State, just looking at this video, it's a virtual analog. So
it's modeling.
it's doing modeling.
Would this replace my need for a DX? I think it might. That's where I'm hinging this on.
It's a smaller keyboard. What is this? 46 keys?
It's the mini key. I think it looks like. Look at his hands look giant.
3. Are these mini keys? I don't mind mini keys personally because I'm not a keyboard player, but
I kind of.
yeah, well, some like piano players I noticed do a lot. It's a small thing. I think there's a bigger one though. All right,
Anyways.
so we should move on.
Yeah.
Back to the Behringer, which has been sort of our theme so far.
It's our winter theme.
Yeah.
Ever
People are still
since.
reeling, from NAMM, and they kind of made a big splash at NAMM with a bunch of new things.
This Midas, either the Midas acquisition or Midas acquiring them.
yeah, totally.
That's what this is. This is the fruits of that acquisition.
Yeah, Midas, was a company that built lots of high quality analog throughput, like mixers and stuff, and just getting that talent, getting that knowledge base, and putting it to work at their sort of manufacturing level, where they produce a lot of gear, and they really integrated it into their style. Say what you will about how they get things done, and I do often.
Me and Dan are two very storied critics of Behringer and their business practices for a very long time. So I think what's interesting for both of us is that this is kind of one of those things where we don't want to feel like this is exciting news or good news, but they're producing something that is arguably might be a good product.
And this is a new video that came out the day of our last podcast, so this is new to our podcast. But this guy isn't.
Our homie,
Moot Booksley.
oh, that fantastic going out Friday night shirt.
He's at the same place where that last video was.
Hi, I'm Matt Baxley. You might know me as Moot Booksley from the YouTubes. I am
That bedside manner was too much.
and am very excited.
This shirt,
to
though.
Yeah,
debut
that's what I said,
a
is
new
going out Friday night shirt.
instrument, the Behringer Crave. It looks so cool. Honestly, I think
So it does a lot of stuff. This is an
so
original
it's right now doing
product.
something
Yeah.
that any step sequencer could do. But a lot of step sequencers can't do this.
He just pressed a key on a MIDI
Whoa,
controller.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
And that
Motherfucker.
very exciting. not
I
all.
think you and Moot Booksley have come to an agreement on something.
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
This is why I brought this to this one. I was just checking him out, giving him a second chance, and this video is actually high quality. You know, this is a Behringer produced video.
Fucking. Why are they doing that though? Like that's flexibility. You want this. I want that.
Yeah, apparently, I don't use a lot of analog sequencers, but this one is MIDI controlled. You can transpose the sequence just with your keyboard.
I'm really into that. I'm really into that.
It's got a lot of stuff. I won't play too much more of this video. I watched it before, and I'll just summarize a little bit of what was interesting. It's got like
I feel trolled.
for each for each individual step. You can control the gate separately,
okay.
individually, which could be cool. And a lot of other of the normal
You
stuff
could get
from a
lost in
sequencer.
it. It's like this is when you know you made a good synth, when you can like get lost in it. You can get lost in the functions.
Yeah, it sounds kind of cool. I mean, it has that Behringer quality to it.
Yeah, I know.
And which it actually sounds good. So next up, so that's an exciting sequencer.
Yeah,
But we should move on because we've got three more Behringer things to look at, and I think most of them are with Moody here,
We're good on time though, man.
Mr. Booksley.
We're actually doing good.
I'm just thinking about the editing process.
Yeah.
So this is the RD808 drum synth. I bring this up just because it shows him
Hi,
doing
my
a
name is
bit.
Matt Baxley. You might know me as Moot Booksley.
So it's got a bit of his stuff, and then I fast forwarded to the end of this, and he's got some kind of cool like performance going on here. Shows how it can be kind of cool performance machine.
I mean, so I have an RX-7 and I have that Beatbot, right?
Yeah.
I will probably buy this instrument and replace my RX-7 with that for my live playing. Just because I really like that. I like the sound of the 808. However, with that being said,
I think there's some kind of effect on this. Because I hear I see on the video, there's only one output. He's usually, I think this is stereo, I'm not sure. But I think there are two outputs, but he's only using one. And I hear some kind of stereo, like MS reverb.
well, there's flam and stuff on there. This does have a compressor on board and stuff too. So there might be some onboard effects.
I think I'm hearing some MS reverb though, which you couldn't get
Yeah.
with a single cable coming out. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Looks like a fun thing. It's a very good video.
Which gets into the price point stuff. They've started releasing prices for all this stuff, and at a whopping $299 to $350 for this and the Behringer MS-101. It's hard to be angry.
Which we'll take a quick look at.
Hard to be angry.
Mr. Booksley. Oh man, that goatee though. That
He's
goatee
really
and that
feeling it.
shirt just go together. Like,
That goatee and that shirt make me want to think he's gonna bust out
Hi, I'm
a
Matt
quick guitar
Baxley. You
solo,
might know me as Moot Booksley.
a quick ripping blues solo.
this would be something I would get more my style.
That's a new level of expression for the 101. The LFO can now be shifted up into a high rate that is an audio rate. I'm going to use it to modulate the VCO. And
So that's ring modulation.
Take my money, nee, 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 nee.
The control's maxed out, but it can go higher still.
Yeah, there's some new
That's
features.
accomplished with this 3-position range switch.
I've always wanted a 101. I've never been able to afford a 101. I will be buying a 101 now. Like, this is the thing. That's for people like me who have always wanted these kind of options at our fingertips. You see the 909 that's in the background too.
Oh,
They're gonna release a 909, and like, all of these things are wildly expensive. Wildly expensive.
it is sort of like, for us in the West, we're getting a lot of value for money, which was really only like available to mostly collectors. So like working
people.
musicians who are working on new music that will be the new music of the future, can get these objects and use them and learn how to use them, and then these are great learning tools too. The SH-101 is a really, really cool hands-on synth that you control with faders, and could be a really, really good teaching tool for budding synthesis.
I agree. I think for me, I want to add to that and say that I agree with that, but I also think that they are professional options at budget-friendly prices for people like me and you who are producing music regularly, who are not going to take this stuff out of the studio. So it's not like it's going to, making sure it's roadworthy or not. It's that, you have some stuff that like normally you wouldn't be able to afford. I would not necessarily dump a whole bunch of like $1,000 on one analog synth knowing that I would need it to do multiple things. You know what I mean? That's the problem with buying a 101 or spending $2,000 on getting an 808. It's like, it's the 808 and it's a great sound, but for the amount of money that you're spending because of the collector market or whatever, and I'm using air quotes like a motherfucker on that, it's not music friendly. It's not musician friendly. It's for rich people, and that's what happens when you inflate the market.
It becomes basically a piece of furniture and a toy that maybe gets used.
It becomes a luxury
every once in
item.
a while.
It's something that people can use to say, shit, I have more money than you.
Or that, like, yeah.
Like, I'm just not into that. And that's where I'm like, I'm into the Behringer doing this, even though I don't like their business track. I don't like what they stand for overall about like this, is that at least they finally zeroed in on a market gap that needed to be filled for people like us. And they're executing it. Other people aren't doing a good job with that. You know?
Right on. Well, here's another one.
Yep. The Odyssey, its price is about $600, guys. Just to give you. It has all three revisions, just like the Korg
from the internet.
ARP Odyssey.
Here at the Music Tribe Experience Center in Los Angeles, and I am overwhelmingly excited to bring you the Behringer Odyssey synthesizer, which includes 35 of 8.
So one of my favorite bands of all time, this band called Brainiac. Tim Taylor, before he died, he played on an ARP Odyssey. That was his like synthesizer that he played out.
Yeah, this gets some pretty far out tones.
There's a sequencer that wasn't on the original one, obviously. There's some digital trickery that's going on. That's why that guy had such a dirty look on his face. It's probably like they packed in some extra features.
Oh, yeah. So that's the synth.
That's it. Here's the thing. I'm probably going to end up going and getting this as a cost-effective solution because
you're just going to have a studio full of Behringers.
Just synths. Just their synths. Because, like, the full-size Korg revision, that's like a $1,600 item now. $1,700, man. I can't afford $1,700. I can afford $600. Like,
yeah.
Dude, I'm going to buy an MX or, like an OBX10, the MX10 or whatever.
MX10? Yeah, I didn't have that one brought up. Let's take a really quick look at that because that's the one I actually am like. a bit more.
OBX10. Is it the OBX? Oh, it's the MX1A. That's what it.
MX1A.
1A. That's it. You got to remember, it's like the Oberheim OBX1A.
I'm not seeing it.
I might be wrong on the memo.
Okay.
Just type in Behringer OBX.
Behringer OBX.
Yeah.
The unveils. But what's the name of it?
UBXA.
UBXA.
Sorry. Not MX. UX.
Is that it?
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Now, last time we looked at this, I didn't see that they didn't have much on it.
Well, they haven't released pricing information on this specifically yet. It's just something to know that they will be putting this out. The Pro 1 has an official price. Right here, that Pro 1 clone right now, it's Super Booth 2018. That's that was 9 months ago. But
that much to say about the actual design.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like the what's it called, the Prophet.
yeah, that's going to be $299. The vocoder, the VC 340 right there, that's going to be $599, I think, or $549.
Oh, I wish that one was the cheap one.
Well,
It was one of the cheaper ones.
there's a wait. Yeah, they have pricing for it if you want to look up exactly.
I think for me, honestly, if I'm going to buy a new synth this year, it's going to be that Yamaha Reface or that SH101, the MX101.
I'm definitely getting the SH. I'm definitely probably going to end up copping the R808 and the Odyssey. The MX definitely too, because these are all synths that have been on my bucket list, and you know that they've been on my bucket list.
All right, now for just a little palate cleanser. We've had a lot of synth, a lot of Mr. Booksley.
Yeah.
Britton, you wanted to look at the new Mesa Boogie California Tweed 6v6.
Yeah, so I am a Boogie owner. I own a vintage Mesa Boogie Mark IIA. It's probably my favorite amp that I've ever owned, and I've owned quite a few amps over my time. Reason why is they have an incredible clean tone, an incredible headroom, and their distortion is not bad either, but that their headroom is good, and they just sound really cool. They haven't made they went down a different direction though, and they became a very high gain company.
Yeah.
And
With their rectifier models and triple rectifiers.
yeah, so I guess like
Double rectifiers even.
everyone likes to tell everyone that
Dual.
the pinnacle of Mesa Boogie was their Mark IIc Plus, right, with the liquid lead. I personally think my favorite is the Mark I. That's the Keith Richards amp. Santana had one as well. But they went into like triple rectifiers and really like Roadrunner Records-esque metal sounding amps. And this is supposed to be getting back to their roots, the California Tweed. So let's take a listen.
Watt selector,
Yeah.
so you can work at different wattages. That's interesting.
They are.
I don't think I've seen that on an amp.
They do that.
I've been dreaming about doing an amp like this.
You've seen it?
Ultra simple.
Only from-
single channel, old school, like old school hasn't been done before. For all those who want a simple single channel platform, this amp takes Tweed architecture, refines it, hypertunes it for touch sensitivity and dynamics, and offers power options for a sweet transition to clip.
So I think it's important to note that they got their start modding basements and taking basement amplifiers and putting them into Princeton's.
Just like Dumble, kind of.
Yeah,
Kind of
before
like
though.
Dumble. Before, yeah.
For a classic American guitar set.
And he was kind of saying that, but yeah. So like he was this Randall Smith was like this guy who modded amps, right? Fender, and he like pulled a prank on a guitar player from the West Coast.
For his earliest Mark I boogie.
And
He loved the way the tone.
like I think it's important to understand that like this guy used to take basement amplifiers, he loaded it into a Princeton amplifier, which is a 10-inch, and then retrofitted it with a 12-inch speaker, right? And it was a really small cabinet, but Carlos Santana got a hold of one after like reaching the rounds and stuff, and he did it as a prank for that Big Joe and the Country Fish band. They really love the tone. And that's kind of how that started. And that's why this is kind of interesting, is that they actually give a shit about their roots, where they were taking tweed amps and loading them into fucking small boxes.
Yeah, I think that manufacturers really need, like, this trend is manufacturers looking back at what they used to do.
And then doing it.
And like companies like Behringer's are like doing the same thing, but they're just stealing stuff. They're stealing old patents that are run out. It's not technically illegal, so... But
I think it's smart, man. I mean, like, get across, like, the fact is that Mesa made their name doing something. You know what I mean? And they made their name doing something similar, right? So I'm interested in that, obviously. I think what's interesting is what you noted, is that they took that simulclass kind of thing that they did, which was switchable wattage, right?
I just like this. Remix.
Shredding.
The guy's just doing a really, really awesome, like, head move.
On beat. He was like...
On beat, even. Nice
Well,
ES. A nice ES guitar.
Of course.
Is that a 336?
6, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. 336.
Let's hear more of it. That's like my like old man guitar. Like when I become an old man and like
when you start playing blues full time, that's like that's what I've made my aging musician plan, right? And that's me. Is that like once I hit a certain age, I just go blues music, and I just hang out and play blues music for the rest of my life, because that's what you do when you're old and you have a guitar.
Okay,
you feel me?
Yeah, man. I probably will do something similar, but hopefully I'll be playing just surf like I'm playing now.
Surf is acceptable as an answer as well.
Yeah, just
Country,
doing it a little less like alternative.
Yeah,
like style.
Country is also an acceptable answer for when you're 50. These are all acceptable career options as musicians. So don't feel like you need to make it by 30, guys. It's just not real. It's not a real goal.
Right on. If you do an EDM by then, maybe times will change. Who knows?
No, Carl Cox is like 50 something. I mean, he's been doing it for a minute.
I'm talking like 60, 70.
Yeah, Giorgio Moroder is really the only DJ that I know that's like 70 years old.
Huh.
But he's still doing it.
Well, anything's possible.
Yeah.
For me, I'm already a guitarist. That's what I do. I've accepted that I'll be playing, something like that.
So have I. This is the world that we live in. So as we move on in screens and in audio waves, we're going to check out a free plugin that Dan introduced us to recently, I believe, right?
We did a demo of it, but it didn't really make our cut. And let me make sure we can just get audio out. As you can see, I have 2 different audio interfaces running and just a ton of stuff, so I just need to make sure it's going out the right one.
But yeah, so we're going to... Of
course, it's the last one.
Yeah. Hopefully we take a look and it'll sound good.
Yeah, we got it.
There we go.
Are we getting both channels?
I got one channel.
We're not getting both channels. That's an issue. Oh, I got it in mono. No, I don't. La. Maybe I have to do this. There we go. Okay. So this is a thing that we worked on together. I wrote it one day. I'll just give it a quick rundown. It's for a video that's right now in production, just a short little like commercial style thing of a puppet riding a motorcycle.
So emo.
A little puppet frog riding a motorcycle. And I just want to do something kind of silly. This took a few hours.
Jim Henson might sue you guys.
Henson's I'm gonna hold back there. But anyway, we Britton and I in episode 3 kind of did a refining mix of it. Unfortunately, we didn't have video for that, so now since we were able to see that, now you're able to actually see us work in this, and we're going to be taking a look at a new plugin that's kind of free. It's kind of free, guys.
It's kind of free.
It does take time to get. You have to download software, proprietary software.
It's funny because I haven't listened to this in a week now, and I still really like the guitars.
Yeah, I think we did a good job like EQing them.
This is good.
Musical fake out.
And it sounds like it should. Maybe we could get more cabinet emulation. But
What were you saying?
I said maybe we could get more cabinet emulation.
Cabinet emulation, huh?
Maybe. I'm being facetious. I wouldn't really like stress.
Well, here's the cabinet for the rhythm guitar. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but on these this is an angle thing. This is the Plug-in Alliance amp simulator style. This is an angle. Heavy,
German.
high gain.
High gain German amp.
So right here, it's interesting. Here's a bunch of different impulses through all sorts of different mics, different speakers, and different different consoles. And you can get some massively different sounds.
That's wild. What was the one that we were originally using? Ooh, I like that kind of.
I kind of like that too. As you can see, the color of the cabinet changed.
What cabinet are they emulating?
I don't know. It's an MD421 mic through a VXS console, and the RET, I believe. I think you can check out their manual to see what impulses they're doing.
I'm not mad at that though. It tightened up.
RET is retro. Yeah. Let's listen to it in the mix.
Oh, it's got some punch now.
Yeah.
Whatever cab they're modeling is a shallow cab. I like that.
I think we did lose a little bass.
Yeah.
So, to bring that back up, instead of going to our console over here,
We have a plugin that we want to show.
we have a plugin we wanted to show.
And we have a plugin that we can show you how to use for free.
Sealed by Aqua.
So, not to be confused with Seal synthesizers that were like an Italian manufacturer from the 60s, 70s. Sorry. This is with a C.
Yeah.
Seal. Other Seal.
CEIL by Acoustica.
Yeah.
Acoustica is the company. So it's free. I think it's still free. But you have to get their software that they use.
They're downloading packet.
It's to verify that you're if you buy their paid stuff. This is the thing. It's a piece of software that shows them that your purchase is
Them damn hackers.
yeah. So anyway, let's go back to this rhythm guitar. Okay, I'm gonna take off the console, the BX console.
Yeah, we should do that.
So we were adding some bass with that. Let's take a look at what we were doing. Yeah, we're adding some 100K shelf. But let's try and we're doing a tiny bit of compression.
Yeah.
So let's kind of try and get this seal to do the same thing. Or the Sile? Maybe it's Sile. Anyway, a little bit of compression. Can I get it to compress, please? I got to turn it on. There we go.
Yeah.
It took a second to turn on.
That was one of the criticisms when we were kind of testing this out was that there's a delay when you initiate functions on this channel strip.
Yeah, it probably has something to do with the programming.
Yeah.
We don't want a fast one. We kind of want a fast release.
Yeah, you don't want it to hold on.
Let's go to our EQ really quick. Now this only has 2 bands here. I'm gonna take out just a little of the low end, turn the filter on, turn the EQ on, and then so we're gonna want some low end around 100.
Yep. Infrared equalizer.
It's got a nice low end. Now let's take a look at what we were doing here just to get an idea. We were taking out a good amount of this range right here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't really do that with the seal. So, whatever.
I
Still a
mean,
free plugin.
yeah.
But we were also adding some high end with at about 4.7.
Also should note that we have that positioning spread that might be interesting to.
Yeah. Cool. So,
Because that's all the way out on the side.
I don't remember how this works.
So it's mid and side, and then it's your left and your right, right?
Goldenrod positioner. Yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to do.
I think it's like encoding or decoding, right?
Yeah, you probably have to feed it a stereo thing for this to work. We'll do that. We'll do that later. And then the teal staging. Just give it a little extra.
Got to turn it on.
It's got a little tone on it too.
Yeah.
And then we also get a wet dry mix on the compressor, which is nice. So we can try like compressing the hell out of it. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Turn the compressor off. Back on. Wow.
Ooh.
That's interesting. I got the compressor all the way wet and just nuking it, man. Oh yeah, on this dynamic, it's got a transient control, which works pretty well.
And it also has a filter.
Yeah, sidechain filter.
It's got a pre. I don't know what that pre button's doing. If the makeup is working.
I think that puts the compressor, or maybe this before the compressor. I'm not sure. Definitely doing something. I'm gonna turn off the effect. Definitely getting some out of it.
Yeah.
Let's listen to it in the mix. Ooh. It's a different approach.
It's definitely very clean.
Let's listen to it with our console, with the SSL console. Oh no, that's a new console.
I like it better.
You like the Neve console better?
Of course, it's punchier.
It's a different approach.
Yeah.
I mean, I could back off on the...
Not a bad plugin. Not a bad free plugin by any means. I don't think it sounds bad.
That's the console. Listen to when I do the on the rhythm guitar, like
Yeah.
the high part. This is the seal.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. It definitely like it flexes it. But when you hit,
Yeah, the one thing though is that's making me think that I may want to automate up the high like D. It's a D chord.
yeah. Yeah, you're not getting that was
the knee.
push, but I do like the overall tone better on the knee. Maybe you might compress more on the knee in the future as opposed to
Yeah, I'm not compressing much at all on the knee.
yeah. And you're like smashing.
It's not even hitting that.
Yeah, you're smashing the shit out of it on that seal.
Let's do a little bit of that. I need to do some makeup.
There you go.
Yeah, we got the same sound. I like the sound of the treble on the seal.
Yeah.
A little better than the Neve, honestly. Just for this. Because it's got like a real bright... It just has
It's very bright.
more bright. Where this Neve...
It's darker sounding.
Is darker sounding. I know the SSL Brainworks... the Brainworks SSL...
It's brighter.
Is brighter. So I could...
Neves are dark.
Could do that.
boards.
Neves are dark bars, yeah. But I was just going for that rock and roll Neve sound.
I love the rock and roll. I'm a big Neve fan. So like even if I was given the opportunity to do hip hop stuff through a Neve, I would. Even though it's not good like traditional sense, because mostly SSLs, the ye ol' G series.
I'm going to back off on the compression on that rhythm guitar a little bit. We're going to stay on the Neve, and then we're going to go to our drums, and we'll listen to the seal on there. Now, here I don't have any EQ because I did a lot of EQ in there, but I have this the Vertigo VSC -2. It is a VCA discrete compressor. And I'm not working it very hard. I'm really using it as just like a little, just really quick brick wall limiter. That's all I'm doing. And it's just kissing it a little bit. But I'll take that off and see if the seal can do something for us. And then we'll also check out the positioner. Maybe we'll do that first.
Let's do it.
I'll solo these drums. Oh, wow.
That's that side, that mid side.
I see. So this is just... So, I see. It lets you mix between your mid and your side.
Yeah.
Like an MS processor. That's cool. That's what it does. So that actually kind of makes me think maybe we need to add some kind of reverb on these guitars.
Yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, let's just mess with the EQ here on this seal because I think because I was just doing a little compression on there. I think we might be able to find something. Now I am going to put the filter on here, so it's not. But I'm going to put it real low. So it's letting the low end go. Let's try the transient up that. That's really kicking hard. We'll try all the way down. I feel like I'm hearing something. Yeah, definitely. Versus that first hit. Maybe, I don't know actually now.
Get that external sidechain off. I don't think that affects your filtering. There you go. And it's gonna be hard to hear the transient change because like your initial transient's so fast. Like
I think you're right, yeah.
you should have and you should
Let's get this going.
and get that fast attack so you're catching it because your attack's not fast enough. There you go. You can hear it now.
Yeah, I can definitely hear the transient thing now. So the transient only affects when you're hitting the compressor, it seems.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, there you It's pumping. It's pumping the fuck out of that.
It was already pumping. I already got it compressed inside the plugin, but we're getting a little more.
Yeah.
All right, now just a little EQ. It'd be nice if there was a mid band. Just one mid band would be nice.
I think that's what your kilohertz is your mid band. Or it wants to be your. Oh damn! You have like a.
Oh, I don't have the EQ on.
You also. It's weird that you have a huge gap in filtering from 665. It looks like to
1K.
1K6. Yeah, that's weird. Well,
No, they cross over. Oh, 665. Oh, I see what you're looking at. Yeah, 665 to 1.5. Wow.
yeah, you have no mid band.
There's no way to affect the mid band with this, but you can always just add another, like,
Mid.
let's see what I have. I got to take my filter off, and then I don't know. Let's for fun just use this Baxendal EQ that I barely ever use, and I'll break that out. Break that window out. Okay, so now we have control over the mid band.
If we need it.
If we need it. A nice high quality control. All right. Ooh. The high end is very, very crisp.
Very sizzly is what I was
Crisp
about
and
to say.
sizzly, yeah.
It's like I'm hearing a lot of sizzle on that sazzle.
I'm adding a lot. I'm going to bring that back just a little bit.
Even if you don't, I mean, like, here, listen to it. I mean, like that high end, just like it's like that when that hi hat gets hit, it sizzles. It's like a sizzly,
Yeah.
sizzly.
I'm going to use the mid range to take out just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, this is a cut. This doesn't have a mid band either. I forgot about that. Get out of here. What the hell? Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Give me a mid band. I don't know what to use, man.
You don't need for intents and purposes. I wouldn't worry about the mid band so much. It's just
Here's
knowing,
a mid band. Here's a mid band.
It's just good to know that your mid band isn't going to be like.
I just want to take out a little bit.
Oh, so you actually wanted to take some mid out.
This is the music cue. I like this thing a lot. It's weird. I just want to find some of that boxiness in the kick drum. Just take that out.
I feel that. You could do.
That's a little better. I don't need to
can.
take out that much.
Yeah. You're also at 2K. The missing frequency spectrum that you're getting off of the seal is going to be 9 to 1.4. 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna back it off and then bring this down to overlap it a little bit.
There you go.
And then also, I'm going to narrow the Alicia music up a little bit and drop it a little more.
Yeah, narrow that cue up, bro.
Narrow EQ when you're cutting. All right, that sounds kind of weird, but let's listen to how it sounds in the mix. Ooh, boy. Turns out we need that middle band to that music cue cut. I turned it off, and we need that to kind of cut through. I also backed off on the dynamics, the compressor on the drum.
You could notice that. I don't think I'd recommend this plugin on drums. Honestly, I think it's way better as a guitar plugin.
I'm gonna take it off and then put it on the other thing, or put on the Vertigo that I had before.
Yeah.
That's just better.
It is.
Like I said, I did a lot in a Native Instruments Contact. This is the Abbey Road 80s drummer sampler.
Abbey Road's coming up.
As you can see, I got a lot of I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, you got like a G series SSL style.
It's a solid bus comp, which is modeling the
SSL
the quad comp on a SSL console G.
G, not the J. The J is the hip hop console. The G is
Isn't there a K and like a...
The K was the new boy though. I got to work on a K, and that was like the last.
I worked on a
big
G.
break.
That was a good time.
I love G's. I love E's. I work on
E's are older
yeah.
than G's,
I
right?
worked on an E series, a G series, and a J series, and a K. But I haven't done a lot of work on a K.
I only worked on the G series, but I got to work on it for quite a bit, so that was really nice. Yeah, I also have like a lot of that's a big amount of room to put on there when I'm doing this much compression on the snare.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
honestly,
I think that's a good look at that.
Yeah, it's not a complex plugin.
It does some stuff. It has some nice high end for guitar because it's got that sizzle.
I'm interested to hear it on vocals. I think it may be a good vocal chain processor if you really want to get some sizzle out of your performance.
Yeah, it could be cool.
It could be. I'm not. This is speculative by all means. But try it out for yourself. Questions, comments, concerns, you can email us, harass us at
howtosuckatrecording@gmail.com.
And
if you got any stories about like, I don't know, times when you like woke up in a weird place, that's also welcome.
Yeah, anything like that, or goofy Garfield tattoo ideas. I'll take that as well.
Or just email like us funny Garfield JPEGs,
yeah,
PNGs.
Yeah, because I side note, we'll talk about my Garfield tattoo idea next episode.
Oh shit, that's right there's the hook. We got to leave off on that. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on SoundCloud. Someday soon, you'll be able to find us on iTunes. We're hoping.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be able to find us on Patreon because I just read today that Patreon's going down the tubes.
What's the other one then?
I don't know.
Twitch. We could do a Twitch stream.
Well, Patreon, it's different. I'll
different.
explain to you when you're older.
Okay.
I.e. after we stop the recording.
Absolutely. Well, from both Britt and from Dan, be awesome, suck at recording, and have fun. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.